Good evening. I now call the May 27th, 2025 meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. My name is Dory Vecchio. I am the Town Manager for the Town of Auburn. This open meeting of the Town of Auburn Board of Selectmen is being conducted as a hybrid remote meeting consistent with Mass General Law, which suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of the public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely as long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. The public may join the meeting remotely by telephone 1-408-650-3123, access code 235-235-861, or the public can join via computer at https://global.gotomeeting.com/join/235-235-861. All supporting materials that have been provided to members of this body are available on the town's website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. Please note that this meeting is being recorded by the Auburn Cable Television. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance if you are able.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The first item on tonight's agenda is the annual reorganization of the Board of Selectmen. This meeting is being held tonight following the May 20th, 2025 annual town election. Following this agenda item, I will turn the meeting over to the newly elected chair. I will now open the nominations for chairman.
Sure, if I may.
Yes,
I'd like
Mr.
to
Crane.
nominate Ann Kavanaugh for chair.
Second.
Are there any other nominations for chair? Seeing that there's none, there's a second for chair. Thank you. The nomination for Ann Kavanaugh has been seconded by Selectman Dan Carpenter. We'll now take a roll call vote for Ann Kavanaugh as chair. Mr. Todd Corain.
Yes.
Ms. Ann Kavanaugh.
Yes.
Mr. Steve Chambers. He's not here. Mr. Dan Carpenter.
Yes.
And Ms. Sarah Ruffey.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Okay, so let me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take it from here.
All right. I didn't close the nominations. Okay.
Are you doing vice chair?
You are. Let's see, hold on one second. Vice chair. Here we go.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I'll now open the nominations for vice chair.
Madam Chair, I would like to nominate Mr. Corain.
Second. Are there any other nominations for, Selectman Crane has been nominated as vice chair. Is there a second? Yes, for Mr. Crane. The nominations for vice chair have been seconded by Selectman Kavanaugh. Are there any other nominations for vice chair? Okay, seeing none, the nominations are now closed. Selectman Crane has been nominated as vice chair. We'll now take a roll call vote for Mr. Crane as vice chair. Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mr. Crane?
Abstain.
Mr. Steve Chambers? Not here. Ms. Kavanaugh? Yes. Ms. Ruffling?
Yes.
Okay. I think we have an extra chair.
It's okay, I'm not too sick.
That one.
The outside of being late.
Okay,
Get rid of one of these. Do we have an extra?
yeah. Push one out.
Steve is coming.
Oh, he is coming?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then you should. All right. All right, looking at the agenda for this evening, our next, we've just done the reorganization. Now it's time for public comments. Oh, thank you, sir. We have one person signed up for public comments, Mr. Coleman, Fire Chief.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Congratulations to you and the Vice Chair on your new appointments. Steve Coleman, Fire Chief. It was 1 week ago tonight that the town voters of Auburn came out and overwhelmingly supported the construction of a new fire headquarters at 10 Prospect Street. I'm here tonight just to publicly thank them for their support. Again, the support was overwhelming. We received a lot of positive comments the day of, leading, and post-election. But I want to thank the board, the Finance Committee, town meeting, for your unwavering support over the last several years as we've sort of moved to this end goal. It's truly appreciated by myself and the entire department. And on behalf of the Fire Station Building Committee, I just wanted to thank you as well. The next steps, the committee will be reconvening their meetings next week to start work with Tecton Architects and our OPM from left field, Mr. Joe Sullivan. We'll be entering the design phase, which will take approximately 10 months. I did post to social media sort of a timeline if anyone is interested to go back and look at that. But with the 10-month construction, we would break ground approximately a year from now with an anticipated move-in date of December of 2027. But again, I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank the board and to thank the public for truly coming out and supporting their fire rescue department. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Going back to our agenda, number 5 is community organizations. We have no agenda items there. Number 6, presentations and public hearings. A, we have a presentation by Jeffrey Turgeon on Worcester Sports Foundation disc golf proposal for the town of Auburn, followed by discussion and a possible board vote. Mr. Turgeon, come right up here. Sure, whatever you want.
Thank you. I did give one handout, a one-pager, along with this that was emailed prior. My name is Jeff Turgeon. I represent the Worcester Sports Foundation. We're a totally volunteer grassroots organization that helps foster niche recreation sports in Central and Worcester County. And so we originally founded by a bunch of rugby guys. As we got older, we decided maybe we could do something a little less stressful on the body. And so over the years, we've supported a number of different initiatives, including crew and hurling and other sports that are out there. And now disc golf has come to the fore. And so we are a federally recognized 501c3 nonprofit organization and have been around since 2004. So our proposal is to help bring a disc golf course to the town of Auburn at no cost to the town. We have amongst us volunteers that could help design the course, coordinate with the town on the building of the course, maintain it, run programming, and really do this, again, at no cost to the town. So for those that don't know about disc golf, it's basically like golf. You try to go from the tee into the basket, and instead of a hole, you're throwing a frisbee into a basket, and you're trying to get there in each hole in as few of shots as possible. So you have a par, and you're trying to get a birdie, or maybe a bogey in my case, but so you tee off with a frisbee, and then you keep throwing it until it lands in the basket, and that's your score. Courses, just like ball golf, tend to be 9 or 18 holes. Where it really varies a lot from ball golf is that the courses are not set up as spaces that need to be actively mowed and actively, every day and kept in pristine shape. It's basically the fairways are cut out of the brush and brambles of the woods or in field space. And so you would have kind of a fairway that's a bit more natural. It is considered a passive recreation sport as well. So it was really intended that it would blend into the nature of the land it's on. It would also sit adjacent with current uses. So we are, proposing at this point to look at working with you on the area that's around the Packagug Trail. So that's behind the Pappas Recreation Center and then down through the Southold Field open space. The thinking behind this is that would allow users for the course to go ahead and start and end right at the Pappas Recreation Center, park up by the baseball fields and soccer fields, and then access it where the course would start where the trailhead is. So we're open to adjustments on any and all of that. We're also open on what type of partnership might be arranged. It sounded like the town was maybe interested in doing like a lease agreement, which would, I think, kind of transfer, if you will, that maintenance, oversight, liability. We would get liability insurance as a foundation to coordinate the, and to manage the course. But unlike a ball golf course, the way disc golf courses are managed are a lot more akin to a trail. They're made available. There would be like a sign and, basic layout of the course and course etiquette, and probably a link to donate if you want to donate to keep the course nice. And then it's used on a first come, first use basis. It's not actively kind of managed like a ball golf course. You would have someone at the pro shop checking people in. You would have course rangers making sure everyone's moving. No, this is kind of more like, hey, you're taking a hike in the woods, but you're bringing your Frisbees with you. So we'd set up the course. It would be available. People would come, go ahead and use it, and then, take off afterwards. So we would probably seek from non-residents a donation, but it's kind of an honor system. Funding raised would go to support the course. We could also work with the town to have that go through the town if you want. We're very open to whatever arrangement would make the most sense for the town. What we're really hoping to do is bring a course here because we feel like that property especially would be a great location to bring people in, town residents. There's at least one gentleman here that plays disc golf, but town residents could use it, of course, so it'd be a great way to expand the recreation activities in town at no cost to the town. But then also, people would come in to use it as well. You could have events there, tournaments and whatnot, and kind of drive some recreational economic development. The other thing that, as I'd mentioned, it's passive recreation. We would work with the town on, those fairways that we're helping develop. We're really just kind of clearing out the smaller saplings, brush, and the invasive species that kind of grows. A lot of it, if you look in there, those are vines that are like choking off trees. So we would actually, work to help better those old growth trees, kind of help stay healthy because they're not getting choked off by the vines that we would go in and kind of cut away. So I'm not sure what questions you might have or how I could answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. Gentlemen, lady, madam, any questions? Well, thank you for the presentation. You're talking about a lease. I think that's something you want to meet with our town manager about.
Okay.
To work over the specifics on that, and, what kind of cost there would be for insurance, you mentioned that. And we're not sure if we could approve a contract like that or a lease contract like that. It might have to go to town meeting vote. But that's something you can speak to the town manager about and get that cleared up.
Great.
Okay, so arrange a meeting.
Excellent.
Madam Chair, if I might just ask a
Yes.
question. The agenda said a possible vote. Was town administration looking for a vote from the board on this item?
It's a good question. Through the chair, I have met with Jeff Turgeon a few times regarding this proposal and have also voiced my concerns regarding liability. The fact that it will have to be bid, it does fall under Chapter 30B, so we will have to in order to have a lease agreement, we have to go out to bid, and also the legality of whether the Board of Selectmen with the town manager can approve this lease, or if it has to go to town meeting. So those questions were mine as well, but I think when I spoke to Jeff, he had looked to see if he could get Board of Selectmen support on this type of thing, especially for that particular parcel. I know I spoke about this to Selectmen, with Todd, Todd, you're in the wrong seat. We spoke about that land and if we want to use that for a short period of time for something else, or if there's more of a long-term goal for that land, and I don't believe that's even known at this time. So any direction you would like to provide me will be definitely helpful.
Through the chair, are all of the properties that it is going to be in town-owned, or are they?
Through the chair, yes, they are.
Before I vote, I'd like to know more about it, what they're really talking about, the potential layout, you know, that type of thing. We've paid off the bonds for these. I mean, I know they're a 501(c)(3), and at one point, we couldn't do anything that would make money for the town because it violated the bond rules. So let's just make sure that we paid those off. I don't remember when we bought the land on Southold, but we should be pretty close. So that may be a barrier as well.
So, Madam Chair, does it make sense for us to perhaps vote providing town administration the authority to move forward, to investigate further, if the town administrator is looking for that, town manager is looking for that, or do you feel as though you're able, under your own authority, to do it without a vote?
I don't need a vote for that. To get this additional information for you, I can do that on my own.
I agree with Mr. Carpenter that I'd want more questions as well before I vote up or down, but I'm intrigued by the idea. I think it would bring a lot of, another group of people actively using Pappas Recreation Center. And it's another facility for the town, similar to pickleball and everything else that's catching on right now. So I'm intrigued by the idea, but I definitely would want a lot more information before I vote on it.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you,
Ms. Church.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, next on our agenda, we're still under presentation public hearings. We're going to have a public hearing. We have a secondhand or junk license application from Collect and Tech, 385 Southbridge Street, Auburn. Do I hear a motion to open the hearing?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. All right, so it's Mr. Sullivan, I believe. Why don't you come on up? Thank you. Thank you. So do you have a storefront?
That's correct. That's going to be inside of the Auburn Mall.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Well, yeah. Any questions? Is this a new storefront?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are you going to be selling there?
So the main thing is going to be buying, selling, trading electronics. We also offer free recycling, whether it's a tube TV or it's a flat screen TV or whatever. We offer free recycling. So there's no cost to any residents, whether it's outside residents, whoever. We do not charge for any recycling. And we also partnered with somebody which is Bali International, and they take all of our recycling for no charge.
Okay.
That's why we do not pass on the charge to anyone else.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to close the hearing?
Is there any public comment? Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, any public comments? Okay, hearing none.
Thank you.
I'll second the motion to close the hearing.
We have a motion and a second to close the hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So now we need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the license, provided that all applicable requirements of the state and town and any of its departments, boards, and commissions have been fulfilled. Said license is subject to all the conditions stated upon it. Failure to comply with any and all conditions shall invalidate the license and render it null and void, and with the conditions of the DCG to be placed on the license.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You're all set, sir. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next public hearing is a motor vehicle Class 1 license application from Asbury Auburn G LLC, doing business as Genesis of Auburn, 735 Southbridge Street, Auburn. I hear a motion to open the hearing.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Hi, how do you do?
My name is Devin Bodie. I represent Asbury Automotive Group. I am here for several action items this evening. I'm not sure if we want to do them all individually, or if we can group them together. It's C, D, and E, the 3 dealerships in town.
I think we have to do them individually.
Okay.
Okay, and what was your name again, please?
My name is Devin Bodie.
Okay. All right, so can you tell us about the application?
Sure. So turning first to the Genesis dealership at 735 Southbridge, we're looking for the issuance of a Class 1 motor vehicle dealer's license. There's already a dealership in place here. It's currently the Herb Chambers dealership. My client Asbury will be purchasing this dealership, and we're looking for the issuance of a Class 1 dealership license so that business can continue as usual.
Thank you. Any questions? Any public comments? All right, do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to close the hearing?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Yes. Opposed? All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the license, provided that all applicable requirements of the state and town and any of its departments, boards, and commissions have been fulfilled. Said license is subject to all the conditions stated upon it. Failure to comply with any and all conditions shall invalidate the license and render it null and void, and with the conditions of the DCG to be placed on the license.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you. So let's go on to D. A public hearing, motor vehicle class 1 license application, Asbury Auburn H, doing business as Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn, 735 Southbridge Street. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to open the hearing?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, everyone. I'm here as well for Asbury Auburn H, which is Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn. I'm looking for the same thing on this one as well, issuance of a Class 1 motor vehicle dealer's license. Same thing, there's currently a dealership in place. My client will be purchasing it. Everything is staying the same, including the DBA. So I'm really just looking to continue business as usual.
Thank you. Any public comments? Okay. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to close the hearing?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so the hearing is closed. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the license, provided that all applicable requirements of the state and town and any of its departments, boards, and commissions have been fulfilled. Said license is subject to all the conditions stated upon it. Failure to comply with any and all conditions shall invalidate the license and render it null and void, and with the conditions of the DCG to be placed on the license.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, all set. Now we'll go on to E. And this is application, motor vehicle Class 1 license application from Asbury, Auburn, doing business Herb Chambers Toyota, 809 Washington Street, Auburn, Mass. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to open the hearing?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Asbury Automotive is looking for the issuance of a Class 1 motor vehicle license for the dealership that's located at 809 Washington Street. This is the Toyota dealership, currently owned by Herb Chambers. It will be sold to Asbury in the coming months, and we're looking for the issuance of a Class 1 so we can continue business as usual.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any public comment? Any questions?
Make a motion to close the hearing?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right.
Make a motion to approve the license, provided that all applicable requirements of the state and town and any of its departments, boards, and commissions have been fulfilled. Said license is subject to all the conditions stated upon it. Failure to comply with any and all conditions shall invalidate the license and render it null and void, and with the conditions of the DCG to be placed on the license.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, looks like you're all set.
Thank you so much. I do have 2 questions. The first is, I was working with Katie, and we sent notice to abutters, so I have all those green cards with me. Is there somewhere that I should leave them tonight? You could take them? Okay. And then for picking up the license, what's the best way that we should handle that, or is there someone I should speak to?
You can pick it up tomorrow, or you can speak with Katie.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, back to our agenda, item 7, departmental items, nothing there. Number 8, communications. So from Brooke Hultgren and Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce, we have a notice of a ribbon cutting and grand opening on June 17th, 2025, at 10 a.m. at the Inspire Family Medicine, 492 Washington Street, Suite 4, Auburn. Okay, and we should, there's going to be a ribbon cut. Whereabouts is 492 Washington Street?
It's on Route 20 where the dental training office is, right on the corner of School Street.
Okay, gotcha. Right. Any questions? All right, we're good there. Now we're, that was number 8. Now we're looking at number 9, Select Board General Items. We don't have any proclamations and recognitions this evening. We do have some gift acceptances in coordination, in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A. Okay, the first is hold on. First is an anonymous gift to the Fire Rescue Department of $20.
I will make a motion that we accept the anonymous gift to the fire department of $20.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. The next gift, also to the Fire Rescue Department, from Patricia Norris, $100.
I will make a motion that we accept the gift to the fire rescue department of $100 from Patricia Norris.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Our next gift is from Anthony Gianelli, also to the Auburn Fire Rescue Department, a gift of $300.
Make a motion that we accept the gift from Anthony Gianelli of $300 to the fire rescue department.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's generous of them. All right, let's see, we're still on number 9, Select Board General Items. Let's go to item C. We're going to talk about authorizing the Select Board to enter into negotiations for an employment agreement with the appointed town manager. Comments, questions?
My position is unchanged, despite the, I will happily repeat it. I think we should have balance on the negotiating team. I'm happy to support the now chair, and I would like to see Mr. Chambers serve on the negotiating committee.
Is that a motion?
That is my motion.
Second.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So we have 2 people to do negotiations. Okay? So we're still under number 9, Select Board General Items. Part D, we're going to review, discuss, and make a possible board vote on the DLS audit request letter. And that's a letter to the Division of Local Services. Okay? I see that we're asking for an audit in the following areas: fiscal management review, fiscal policies assessment, financial analysis, and information technology review. Any questions, comments? No? Do we need to vote on this?
I think we did vote on this.
I
did too.
think you might have. I think this is just for your final review
Okay.
before we send it off.
So we have voted, so that's a done deal. Okay. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about voting on summer meeting dates. Historically, the board has met twice in June, on the second and fourth Mondays of the month, as usual, and that would be June 9th and the June 23rd. And we typically only meet twice. We only meet once in July and then once in August. Suggested dates would be July 7th, or July 21st, and then August 11th or August 18th. I don't have a problem with either of the preferred dates of July 21st, August 18th. Any comments?
How close are we to the second meeting in June, I guess, is the question. We don't want it too close.
It says,
And where this falls within the weekend of the 4th, we may not want to choose the 7th because people may not be
Right.
available. And we also want to give, usually, in the past, we've tried to meet in the middle of the month. That way, there's not too much separation. And obviously, if there's business, we can meet.
I mean, I support the two preferred July 21st and August 18th for the exact same reasons. I have concerns about July 7th, only because it is right next to the holiday.
The 1st of July and August 18th work for me as well, so.
okay. So do I hear a motion?
I will make a motion that the board meet once in July on July 21st and once in August on August 18th for our summer meetings. Should the need arise for additional meetings, we could schedule them as well.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second on those meeting dates. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. All right, so continuing, our town manager items.
Thank you. Through the chair, when Mike Zeller was here, the library director was here at the last meeting to give, I think it may have been 2 meetings ago, to give his update and status of things that were happening at the library over his 3 months that he's been there. He did mention that there is a group of individuals that are working on the expansion project. And upon further conversation with a few people, it was recommended that perhaps someone on the Board of Selectmen participate on that committee. It's a group of individuals that are reviewing different options on where the expansion should be because of, different things they've learned over the past couple months. So I'm requesting that the board discuss and possible vote on someone on this board to be in that committee.
Madam Chair, if I may recommend Mr. Chambers for this. I know he is willing to serve. I'm a big believer in using our expertise in our private life, and Mr. Chambers, through his professional career for a Fortune 500 company, is a project manager overseeing construction projects, renovations, new builds, et cetera. So this is right up his alley. I think he'll be a big asset for the town with respect to this work.
Okay. And do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, so we are suggesting Mr. Chambers be a member of the Library Expansion Working Group. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
So continuing on the agenda, we have no tabled items. Member items. So A, we have a discussion and potential board vote for a proclamation to be issued to the members of the Fire Station Building Committee in gratitude for all their work.
I think it's self-explanatory. I think we've all followed this pretty closely. It's a pretty intense work that they put in, and I think the vote that the town rewarded them with is proof that they were doing the right thing, even though it was difficult. So I just think it would be great if the board would recognize them. I know there's more work to do, but I think, I don't want to wait till the end to say, hey, you've done 3 years' worth of work, and here's your proclamation. It would be nice if we they've been working quite a long time, so I'd like to try and have something for them ahead of time.
Okay. It sounds like a plan. Who writes the proclamation?
The office staff.
Okay. So yes, sir?
Can I just, I think this is a great idea. I'd also like to ask that rather than just doing the proclamation and handing it to them at one of their meetings, that we actually invite them to one of our meetings, present it, thank them in person for all of their hard work in shepherding this through.
Good idea.
Mr. Carpenter, is that in the form of a motion? I would be happy to second.
It is in the form of a motion.
I'm happy to second that.
All All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, we're all set. And the next, are requested a list, DPW list of roadways that have been updated in the last 8 years. DPW Chair Joanna Paquin. Hi, Joanna, come on up, please. I see the list you gave us. Thank you. I didn't bring my list from our last meeting. How many, what's the mileage and the number of roads on this year's plan? Unfortunately, I just didn't bring it. Yeah, why don't you come on up too, Joanna, okay? You can please. Thank you.
So, this year's, the roads that were presented this spring, they total up to 1.2 miles, with the expectation that we are going to be going out to bid for another project in the fall. We don't know what we're getting from the state just yet. That hasn't been finalized yet, but once we do, we're going to be reevaluating roads and adding to that list.
Okay, so so what you're saying is you're going to add to that list once we know what the Chapter 90 money is for sure?
I'm hoping that the roads that are chosen later on this summer will start to be constructed in the fall. That's sort of been the theme. Once we get the money, we'll go out to bid later in the construction season. So the construction season is sort of broken up into two halves.
Okay, and the next would be in the spring?
And so they would start, I would expect them to start the contract, the work in the contract in the fall, and most likely finish in the spring.
Okay. And I believe you did mention that the roads that have been picked so far require a lot of drainage work.
There are definitely, yes, and we've also added some drainage work that to the contract, knowing that there are some issues that need to be addressed that we just can't handle in-house.
Okay, great. Questions?
Questions? It's not my item.
I just have one question. So the list that you gave us last time was based off of using the existing contract, because I believe we got a good price, and this looks like we got a good price. Is that capital funds or is that operating funds?
It's a mixture of both. So we use capital, we have a couple of light items in the budget, and we also use Chapter 90.
Are we, for those expenses that are going to be operating, are we sure we're going to be done by June 30th on those?
I usually make sure that whatever needs to be expended by the end of the year does, and then we have the CIP to fall back on.
Great. I just want to make sure that we are using all of the road money, and none of that's going to the free cash, no offense to the
Yeah.
town manager.
I don't think we do. No, it all gets used. I have another question. Can you explain the last column, HMA ton price? What's HMA mean?
I apologize, I should have been a little bit more clear.
That's all
So I just wanted to give a little bit of point of reference. So HMA is hot mix asphalt
Okay.
for roadway. So it's just a standard item that Mass DOT uses, and it's sort of indicative of where the prices lay. So the HMA, this item is for roadway. If we were looking at handwork or driveway, sidewalks, or anything like that, it would be escalated, but it's usually relative.
Okay, thank you. And we have, you said 90 miles of roads in the town? Okay. If you had more money in your capital budget, would you be able to complete more roads, get more roads repaired?
Absolutely. We could go out, have a larger contract. it's, for the contractor, it's not a problem of trying to fit the work in. Usually, once they come in, they get it done pretty quickly. It's just, we're limited by funding.
Okay, thank you.
And your staff has the bandwidth to oversee sort of larger contracts or multiple contractors?
Yes, I have a great team.
I see someone on, do we have any public comments? Does anyone online want to make a comment? All right.
Just say, as we're going into free cash season, we should be thinking about prioritizing roads and sidewalks, especially as we see the erosion of our investment due to market forces. We need to up our game so that we can make sure that the staff has what they need to make sure that our infrastructure is top-notch.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joanna.
Okay. Do we have any public comments? Probably not, since there's no one in the room, so. All right, we're going to look at some minutes. We've
I asked
received.
if we can hold these. I didn't have a chance to read them.
Okay, so we'll, March 10th and March 24 minutes, March 10th, 2025, March 24th, 2025. We'll hold these and look at those at our next meeting. Okay? Anyone else? Questions, issues? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We're all clear.
Poaching my favorite.